daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Newcastle United GSPN podcast. It is back to being a girls only one. It's been a while, but I know you guys have missed us because we bring the crack, or at least we like to think so, right, Nick?
Absolutely.
So yeah, we'll get the formalities out of the way. How are you doing, Chick? You all right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Few just fresh back off a holiday, but a few more days, and I'm going on another one because
Girls
who do I
trip.
think I am? Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Exactly. Yep. Next week is the dangerous one. Last week was the family one and the sensible one.
We probably won't see Jo ever again.
No, Jo will be a different person when she comes back in a couple of weeks, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm not just buzzing about the holiday. I am buzzing about the holiday, but I'm pretty buzzing about last night as well. Or it won't be last night now, sorry, because this is going out on Friday. So we're talking about Wednesday night's game, obviously,
We are.
the USG. I know Ian did a post-match, like an immediate reaction, which is great. We are now going to do kind of our opinions on the game, break it down maybe a little bit more. Then again, Ian's probably more detailed than us, so maybe we won't break it down a little bit more. Who knows? All I know is excellent win. Obviously, as it's all over the place anyway, as we knew, it was and is our biggest ever victory in the Champions League. A lot of people are like, oh, what about PSG? And we're like, yeah, PSG was 4-1. Concentrate, people.
But
all
right, people, come on.
All jokes aside, I won't lie, I went into that one a bit nervous. USG with a team that nobody knew anything about. However, if you just do a little bit of research on it, which I tried to do and cram it before we did the preview with Kev, that really they're not to be sniffed at all. They've been on an amazing run. They seem like a very well-structured club, a very well-structured team, until they met Newcastle. Or did Newcastle just finally click? And this is what we'll be talking about today, obviously, just how great last night was, how very much needed it was as well, I'll be honest. I think we've just needed that kickstart this season, and it's been a bit of a rough start for many reasons. I think, being late to the game with a lot of signings didn't help, and then obviously, unfortunately, some of the new signings being injured straight away, and some of the existing team being injured. But again, we can cover all of this. So, Nick, I'll set you off first. How are you feeling just in general? I mean, obviously, happy would be the underlying synopsis there, but go on, talk about the game for me, please.
Okay. Very much like you, went into this one probably a little bit nervous. Is probably the right way to look at it. Obviously, like you say, it's been not the strongest of starts for we Newcastle United in both Premier League and Champions League. Obviously, excuse me, apologies. So yeah, I have started to get a little bit probably impatience, the right word, of waiting for the Newcastle that we are so used to seeing from Eddie Howe, which isn't a cool thing to be feeling, because I'm the first one to say we've got new signings, we've got injuries, we've got players coming back from injury, players going out with injury, obviously like Tino, etc. It takes a while for a team to click. So yeah, I was getting a little bit impatient, a little bit worried. Me and Ian spoke about this very briefly on our podcast, I think maybe Monday or Tuesday night. And yeah, USG went to be sniffed at. They have beat some good teams. Doesn't make Newcastle any different. However, off the back of last night, I'm absolutely buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing. Not only do I think it was an absolutely phenomenal result away from home and in the Champions League midweek game, obviously, as we know. We came off the back of a real rubbish 2-1 defeat from Arsenal. And I feel like it was just the probably boost and lift that the team needed, and the fans, because social media was buzzing. And it was really nice to see the team back to the intensity is our identity kind of style play.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't let up at all. Obviously, I know we're probably going to talk about certain players, so I won't go into too much detail. But I thought certain players had their best game for us. I'll go into that, obviously, when you ask. I thought the lineup was pretty spot on. Ian guessed that from our podcast. That's what he predicted.
Yeah.
I actually thought it would have been probably the same as the Arsenal game, minus Tino, obviously. So overall, I'm really, really happy, and I feel like it's needed and is a very positive place to be going into Forest game on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
think.
pleased.
No, I'm with you. I think anything other than what happened on Wednesday night would have kind of trickled into the Forest game. And I know it's easy to say, oh no, they'll move on, it's the next game, but it does get stuck in people's heads, and they are, they're human after all, the players. And I said this to Kevin, we had this conversation on the pod about how almost in the end, as much as, we are fans and we'll deep rooted and we'll always love this club, I really wanted it for the players because they like you say, they needed it. They needed that kind of lift. And I just thought it was really important to get it. And look, we got it. We were absolutely immense overall. And, it's interesting that you brought up social media, because social media is always fun, isn't it? It always
Always.
brings out the finest of humanity, and shows what cretinous fools we are surrounded by sometimes. But in general... the USG one was a funny one, wasn't it? Because in the build up to it, there was loads of people going, they'll smash you and this, that, and the other. Like we said, we didn't think that we were going to smash them at all. We did not go into this arrogant at all. But it's interesting because now that we did smash them 4-0, right, that everyone's just like, oh, it's only USG, or oh, it's only a team that we've never heard of. Can
so
you
annoying.
imagine if we had drawn even if we're just drawn, in fact, never mind a loss, right? We'd be like, oh, look, he is man, he can't even beat this, that, and the other. So that's just social media, isn't it? It just brings out all the trolls, all the idiots. And again, this is a conversation me and Kev had, because Kev knows how to step back from it and all, and I do not, because I will be goaded to death, because I'm just so easy like that. You send out that fishing reel and I will bite. So, yeah, exactly, girl. We understand, don't we? So, but yeah, it's good to kind of laugh about it. But going back to the actual game, we'll kind of break down like some of the players and stuff. And we've said, like, Ian got the lineup right. Me and Kev didn't predict that lineup at all. We actually thought it would bring maybe Cher back in. And I know why he played that. And in the way, I was kind of glad in the end, because I watched the match with my dad, and he wasn't too impressed with the lineup. And I says, look, give it a chance and whatever. And he was kind of a bit wound up, and he was just like, can you just see anything happening this season? And I was just like, yeah. He went, you can honestly see us going on a run of wins. And I was like, yeah, Dad, why not? And he was like, oh, that's just blind optimism, that. It is blind up. I says, well, maybe you've just got to have it sometimes, but sometimes I'd rather be that way. I can't let myself, as much as I will react to people's things, in general, I'm not a negative person, you know what I mean? And I know you're not at all, so...
Do you kind of remember this time? It was this time exactly last season. We were sat on these pods. We had more or less with minus the Champions League, obviously. We more or less had the same start to the Premier League campaign.
Wobbly start, let's call it.
Very wobbly, very up and down. Games we should have been winning, we were either losing or drawing. I can't even remember now, and I should have done my research before this, but we should have. There was games where I was thinking, how are we not beating the likes of? I think it was Fulham, or I don't know, can't remember who it was now. And I was thinking, Jesus. And then all of a sudden, something just went bam, and we went on like a 9 or 10 game unbeaten streak. So the week before that, everyone was calling for Eddie to be out of the club. It's his time was done. His time was done. And then we go on a 10 game unbeaten, or 9 game, whatever it was in the end. And it was Eddie's the hero. Eddie's the hero. We then obviously do wonders in the Carabao Cup, go ahead and win it. And then all of a sudden, it was one of the best, most successful seasons of Newcastle's life. So I agree with you. I try and not, we're only in October. Not only that, we're only just started October.
Literally just,
The season literally started mid-August. We've already had 2 weeks off international break. We've unfortunately been, a little bit hindered with injuries. We're without one striker. We're without a midfielder. We've now got our right back, who's fortunately not done his ACL, but is unfortunately unavailable for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So I think people just need to calm down.
They do. They never will, but they really do. I know. And, we're not going to say that this is going to kickstart another 9, 10, whatever game running streak. I mean, how amazing would that be, by the way, if we want to really emulate last season? Please, God, do that. But yeah, so, I don't know, but it's just nice to stay positive, because if I'm honest, it's just, for me, watching football or anything like that, it's a lot of people's outlet. It's where enjoyment, you know what I mean? It's where, like, as we joke, we're happy place when we go to the match and all this sort of thing. I don't want to go into any of these situations feeling all depressed about it. All right, you can be nervous. That's a whole different emotion, than to be completely negative. But look, each of us deal with things differently. So, it is what it is on that one.
Particularly me.
Well, we're fine, man. We're fine. We've got a different level of happy clapping us. We're just like a bit more emotional with the happy clapping. That's all, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But Right, should we talk about some of our players? Because I really want to. I think
Let's
obviously
go.
we will break soon, but let's just cover Big Nick Voltamari, because there's so much I want to say about this man.
Love him.
People, and that's another thing, by the way, on social media. People are all like, "Oh, they've sold Isak for this amount, bought him for like half of the amount. Newcastle have won," and this is fans like that don't support Newcastle or Liverpool, by the way. So I find
Yep.
this hilarious. So I'm like, "Oh, look at that!" Now that everyone's recognizing that we've actually done a decent deal and stuff. And but let's just talk about him. Can I be honest on that match? It was pretty evident to me that he's not an out and out striker in the form of, say, a Callum Wilson or a Johan Wissa, who we now have, obviously. So that's where, in that sense, Wissa is absolutely the replacement for Wilson in terms of the style, in terms of what he will bring to this team. And I'm so excited to hopefully and potentially eventually see this 4-4-2 that I've been wanting to get from all of last season, doing your heads in about, or 4-4-1-1. I'd take that, whatever works. But honestly, to see Voltamari and Visser playing off each other would be unreal, because Voltamari's link-up play, his footwork for a big guy. I know he talked about it, which is, it's great in a way, because he said all of this, didn't he, when he was signing for us and stuff, about how he's more than just a tall guy, and he's quite nimble with his feet and this, that, and the other. We're seeing it. We're literally seeing that boy like dance about with the ball, and he is very nimble with his feet for being 6'7". I mean, he's just bloody ginormous, man.
It's huge.
But I was more impressed with what he did there. I know he scored the goal, and he scored obviously now 3 goals for her, but I think it's his overall play I'm more impressed with. Even if he scores a boatload of goals this season, I think it's what he gives to the team and what he's going to give to the team. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do moving forward. And again, once Visser comes back in, as to how is going to utilise the pair of them. And hopefully we do see a lot of them together. I know there's going to be a lot of rotation, by the way, so we'll not always see the two of them together.
Needed.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, have you got anything else to add about Voltamari? I mean, I just think he's a great talent, and I think, again, a bit like when we bought Isak, by the way, Isak was a bit of an unknown, wasn't he? He didn't really have the goals and all this sort of thing that he's got now.
Yeah.
Is Voltamari going to be the same, do you reckon?
Yeah, I ironically was thinking about this yesterday when the game was on. What was it? I mean, I hate talking about him, and I'm not talking about him negatively. I'm just saying, before Isak came to Newcastle, he only scored, I think, was it 6 or 7 league goals?
Was it 6 goals, I think, in the year?
Like that.
Nothing
Voltamari,
really.
obviously, very similar. And yeah, when he first came on, and I'm talking back in August, when he first started, I was a bit like, oh, can't really see how he's fitting in. But now, obviously, like you say, patience. I'm a bit like, yeah, he's completely different from the likes of Visser and, like you say, Callum Wilson. And I think Howe obviously knows that, hence why he's now sort of molded into the team really well. And yeah, he is exciting. The only thing I'm going to say is, no wonder Bayern Munich, I think it was, were absolutely fuming that we signed him. Because look at him, he's good. He is good. What was that? 3 goals in 5 for him now.
Yeah.
In 5 appearances. So yeah, scored on his debut for the Premier League at St James's Park. Scored on his Champions League debut for Newcastle. Can't get much better than that.
I know.
Can't all be that good, Alexander?
Oh well, sucks for you.
Oh well, yeah, I'm excited by him. I haven't really got much to add. I just think him and another player in particular, well, 2 other players in particular, were really on fire. And I am looking forward, like you say, for Wissa coming back from injury and seeing how that pans out.
How they use them, yeah, exactly.
Because we're talking about another striker who got 19 goals last season, so impressive.
I think there'll be more pressure on Visser, strange enough, because of that. It's like, I'm not saying there's no pressure on Voltamari, because he is obviously the record signing and all that, but at the same time, with Visser being Premier League proven and obviously having a really mint season last season let's get real, and also not as strong Brentford side, look, more is expected of him. It's as simple as that. But we'll keep the faith. We think he can deliver, and again, let's see how the two of them work together, either literally together or whether they're replacing each other. I don't know. It gives us just so many options, and that's what I love about it. I'm honestly really excited to see how this kind of moves forward throughout the season, I'll be honest. So
yeah,
I think what we'll do is we'll obviously break down and we'll cover some other players in a second. We'll just do Ken's dulcet tones now for our advert, and then we'll kind of talk about the rest of them there, yeah?
Oh, it's me. Yeah, I've got to press the play button. Sorry.
You've done. Yeah.
Your body is unique. And Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Right, welcome back. Sorry about the little blip. It's a bit like Laurel and Hardy, I think, when me and you are together. It's just like, yeah.
Honestly.
We'll work well together, but then we're just
Basically, to explain to everyone, what's happening
yeah.
is I am logged in on the host account, even though Joe's supposed to be hosting because she couldn't send an invite, and then I'm in control of, and I forgot. Anyway.
It's not because I'm special, by the way. I know how to send invites, just so that anyone listening knows I don't know how to send an invite.
Basically, it wasn't working.
Playing ball. Yeah, exactly.
God,
I don't know how to type anymore, so they got to take over. Something like that, anyway. Right, okay.
So stupid.
Didn't you? I was looking at you there. I was like, cheers, mate. Like, yes, that's cool. Thanks, mate. Right, I'm moving swiftly on so that I don't look as stupid.
Let's go.
It's all right. I think I know which other players you're going to talk about, but I'll set you away because I think I know what you're going to do. Who would be your, well, might be an obvious one, but who would be your standout one, and who do you think had their best game, as you mentioned previously at the start of this pod there?
Right, I'll answer that question in two parts. So the person who I think had the best game for us yet was Elanga.
Yeah.
Finally, felt like he came into his own a little bit. I'm not saying that I haven't been impressed by him in the games that he's played for us previously, but he's not done a lot for me, and I'm a bit like, oh, is he struggling to? Again, it takes time. It does take time for players to fit in, so I'm not taking that away from him. There has been times where I'm a bit like, well, you haven't done much, and I've seen you do more when you were playing for Nottingham Forest. Again, two different teams, two very different styles of play, so I understand it takes a while. But I thought yesterday when people listen to this, Wednesday, I thought he probably had his best game in a Newcastle United shirt. Quick, controlled, composed, creative. I just thought he was good. I thought he was great.
No, he was. Absolutely agree with you.
Very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go along with saying it's not that I've been disappointed in him, but you're right. It's just one of those, he hasn't quite clicked. We are a different style of play. He's more used to the kind of counter-attacking football. We haven't kind of been playing that, and I think because we've been a bit disjointed as well, ironically, he hasn't been able to adapt, because I think because we do often play that high-pressing football and whatever, but so it's more about not only him adapting to us, but us kind of getting back into our rhythm as well. Like we've said, if we're a few games in now and we haven't been all over the place. That's a bit harsh to say that, but we haven't just been ourselves, have we really? There's just been that underlying issue, and then we haven't been able to see games out and just stuff like that. So it's just been, like you said before, a frustrating start of the season. So it'll just have had a knock-on effect with whoever we've signed as well. But again, it goes back to the fact that we had a very late window. We pretty much spent most of the window with no signings at all. Obviously, Elanga did come in, so he's had a bit longer than the other guys. But really, in the grand scheme, Eddie talked about at the start of the window wanting all these months of preparation stuff, and you end up having a month? Well, with Elanga, sorry. And then not even that with the likes of Altamari and stuff, and again, they went straight off international duty, so that was a bit harsh, wasn't it? Exactly. So no, I 100% agree with you on the Elanga side of things. I think did I ask you, what have I just said? I've completely lost my brain now. Did I ask you who I thought was the most impressive overall? So not best game. Yeah. Who would you have said was the most impressive?
Chow.
Yeah.
I honestly, let's just chuck another 40 million at AC Milan, by the way, just to say thank you, because what a signing that's going to be.
He is,
and
mate.
Maybe another 40 million just to say thank you for Tonali as well, because I mean,
I don't know, like we had 10 months away from him due to AC Milan.
Well, yeah, true.
Little bit of secrets.
True. Yeah, no, let's hope that doesn't come out. But yeah, I feel like Chow, is that how you pronounce his name? I keep hearing different pronunciations of it, so I never know which
it's
one's
definitely
the right
Chow,
one.
don't worry.
Yeah, but that centre-back pairing, by the way, and you're going to laugh, and I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you're so biased towards Mr. Botman, would be the centre-back pairing that I start every game from now on, as well as that front three.
You're not
That's just
biased,
what
chick.
my opinion.
It's for future.
Yeah.
It's for future.
just,
Sorry, I'm not going to call you out on it. Don't worry.
just generally, I mean, as long as Botman can stay flipping fit, but I just think them two. I'm not saying the others don't work well together at all, or we know they do. We've seen proof that they do. I just feel like this pairing, they just bounce off each other really well and trust each other really well. And I just thought Chow was. I just thought he was really, really impressive. And I thought that a couple of games ago as well. But this game in particular, I thought, he was very, very good.
Yeah. Chow to me's got a lot of similarities to the one that I'll always be biased for is Shea, because the way I was watching Chow play, he's very calm, collected, skillful, can play some cracking balls. So they have got these similarities, except obviously Chow's got age on his side. So as much as we love the likes of Shea and that, we've got to take that aside from the fact that they are aging. We've got a very aging back line to a degree when you look at the likes of Trips, who they're talking about giving another 1-year extension to, by the way, which is I don't know what I think about that. I'll be honest, but never mind. I know. You've got Byrne. Is he 33 now? And then you've got Shea, who's 33, 34. Can't keep up anymore. But the point is, they're like mid-30s, man. It's the end of their career. We cannot have that back line. As much as they've been solid for us, we'll love them. We'll never not love them, by the way. But Chow and Botman are the future. And what's great about them being the future is that, like you said, I think they work so well together, man. And if Botman can stay fit, please, Botman, don't be like Wilson. Please stay fit, because he is good. Like, it's undeniable. Don't worry, I'm not going to rip you for it. It is. We just need him not be made of glass. That's all. And then we will be A-okay. Because again, we've got the likes of Tino, Young'un, got to keep a hold of him. Hall.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a cracking back four. Tino, Chow, Botman, Hall. Psh, look at that. Like, come on, man.
We can keep
and
them,
they've got years ahead of them.
Years. And also, I think Hall and Tino, you're looking at England's future as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
110%, as we all have said. But yeah, that back four, we can keep them all relatively fit. We know we're going to pick up niggles here and there, but if we can just keep them all relatively fit, it's probably one of the strongest back fours in the Premier League.
It's true.
Just saying.
And it's beautiful to say, I'll be honest, because it's got a lot going for it. Because like you say, now we've got that kind of age on the side as well. Because as much as we had that stability with the likes of Shea, they don't have the age on the side. So you always saw it coming to an end, sort of thing. But you know what it is? I'd love us to keep those players, though. They're still going to be great backups. And you know what I mean?
100%.
If we can continue to stay up where we are staying, if we can continue to keep being in Europe year on year, whether it's Champions League, Europa, or whatever, we're going to have these influx of games that we're going to need a big squad for. So keep these guys on as long as, please see out your careers with us. I'd be more than happy to see any of them that we've just talked about stay with us until the end.
100%.
But no, honestly, you know what it is? It's just so nice to sit and talk about, like, and just be positive instead of clutching at straws looking for positive things. But then we were like, oh, I know we're lost, but we don't have to say that. Everything just worked.
Everything was good
tonight. It did. And and just thank you, man, because from all of us fans, because we were nervous. We've talked about it. Like, what would you have predicted, by the way? Because I don't know if you heard, me and Kev did the predictions for the full team. Kev obviously we did 3-1 for Ian.
Obviously.
Kev did Michael. He said Michael would have said 1-0. I did you, and I said you would get really excited and said it was going to be a goal fest, and I said 3-2.
I was going to say 3-2.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. You see, I know you.
You know me well.
Exactly. I think Kev took 1-1, and then I went for 2-1. Because I said, at the end of the day, I'll never predict a loss. I did say it was 2-1, but I feared it would be a draw. But there we go. Not one of us, and I bet there wasn't many, if any, predicted 4-0. Come on, man. But yeah,
good scoreline, that.
In the end, like we were like wanting more. Like, I watched it with my dad, but my mum came in, you'll laugh, and she sat and she was just like typical person who knows nothing about football, by the way. Sat next to us and she went, well, you must feel really sorry for the other team because they must just feel like walking off the pitch. I went, oh yeah, mum, because that's exactly what you can do when you're playing a game of football or rugby or anything. You just lose them by a few and be like, screw this, I'm off.
Why is that such a mum thing to say?
Honestly. And then she topped it off with, well, they don't have to, because we're obviously pushing and we could have, trying to get a fifth. Well, do they really have to score anymore? like, have they not just punished the team enough? I was like, absolutely not, ma'am. I was like, we're in a league format, it's goal difference. I was like, ma'am, please, you're gonna have to leave the room, man. Honestly, and
So funny.
She's been a pretty good wind up over the years, I'll be honest. Like, so
love that.
But yeah, look, we're happy, and we can be a lot happier, I think, going into Sunday now. You know what I mean? I mean, I wasn't not happy about going into Sunday, like, because I do believe we can do a job over them. But at the same time, as always, never ever assume that we're going to smash them either, because that's as well it'll bite you in the backside, won't it? So
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you've got to say, Chick? I think, as I say, I think I'm pretty much covered in. Anyone else you want to shout out, or?
I think the only other player we haven't spoke about, but I think it's more so because he drops like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performances weekly. He goes a bit unnoticed. Mr. Tonali.
Unreal, isn't it? So casual.
Yeah, can we please lock him in for like a 7-year contract extension or something?
Forever,
because,
double his money.
Because I don't want another Isak situation next year, whenever it is that he needs to start looking at his new contract.
I don't think he would.
I just need that locked in, because I bloody love him. I absolutely love him.
He's unbelievable mind, isn't he?
He's unbelievable.
Like, out of the three of them, I know we all love Bruno, right? But in terms of the talent, if you had to pick one person, I'd have to pick Tonali.
Yeah, he is just so cool,
heart and soul, Bruno, but
100%
Tonali.
I cannot take away from him. He's just so good, and I feel bad for him, because obviously we can appreciate how good he is, but I think because he's so good pretty much every game, very rarely has a bad game, and if he does, it's bad. Yeah, I just feel like he needed a little shout out, because I just love him. I think he's great. So yeah.
It was similar to when we bought Bruno, wasn't it, really? Because Bruno was obviously, again, the standout kind of star at the time. And now he's being surrounded by better players, which is great for us as a team, and I'm sure he loves it as well. But then it became like the point where Bruno was expected to just produce this magic every game. And he's not going to do it every single game, because it's just impossible, man. But yeah, so I think Tonali, like you say, that's bang on. He's now being the one that's almost just overlooked because it's expected. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely deserves all the recognition, I'll be honest. So, yeah. Our little midfield maestro that he is. Bless him.
He is, yeah. Thank you, AC Milan.
Oh, I know, exactly, yeah. We're not giving them any extra money, because like I say, they did rob her a bit because we didn't really have them for a whole season, but
Very true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take that back.
yeah, exactly. They've had the money, they can deal with it.
They've had it, yeah.
Exactly. Right, on that note, I'll say ta-ra. We'll do the old soccer jingle. And
soccer.
I'll not be seeing you guys until after Ibiza, so it'll be a couple of weeks before I see you. So
yeah, Joe's off again.
I'm off again.
Off on a jolly.
It's just what I do.
It's what she does. So it wasn't me and the boys.
No, sorry. I'm sorry in advance.
No.
Cool. All right, Chick. It's been a pleasure as always, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you later.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.